if you were to give brands a top tip then, at what stage should they involve someone like yourself?
It's a business decision, but definitely if you're running your business on a shoestring, and I know a lot of companies on e-commerce are running the business on a shoestring. So if there's no money around, definitely before you actually buy it or bring it to the United States or wherever you're bringing it, make sure it's good. I've heard too many people say, nobody's bothering me, why should I worry about it? I just gave examples why you should worry about it, because some businesses, that's the end of the business. They can't handle that, especially if you're running on a shoestring. Even a smaller shipment can be tens of thousands of dollars, and it's all at risk. And if you're a bigger company, we had somebody, he was doing $10 million of business. I don't know his profit margin. It doesn't have to be a great margin to make good money on $10 million of sales. And he was doing his compliance on back of an envelope. Oh, that really got it. Very haphazard. And thank God he didn't get sunk by it, but he suddenly realized, we brought it to his attention, if you mess up your compliance, you could lose everything. Your product goes down for a while, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars of costs. You're not making any money while this is happening. And all your rankings on e-commerce, they're all disappearing. It doesn't, relative to how much money it was making, it's not a significant amount of money to spend on it. You can hire people to do the headache for you. Like they don't have the head for it. A lot of people in e-commerce are successful because they're great marketers or creative thinkers that come up with a new product, and they don't have the head for this stuff. And I understand that. I don't have a head for that. You can hire somebody they'll have the headache for you, and they'll do it for you, but you're risking your whole business. It makes sense to at least contact someone in advance before manufacture. If you make medicine or medical devices, it needs approval before you can sell it. So of course, before you make it, you need approval. Approval can take a long time. If it's very new, you may have to do clinical trials to prove it. But even if it's a copy of known technology that's already approved, don't take it for granted. You can get approved, but just make sure you have all that in advance. The factory needs to be a GMP factory. If it's food or dietary, food also it needs to be a GMP factory, and food has special rules within GMP. That means that the factory has to have a quality system, which means a system, how they do everything, which ensures that it's done consistently and with proper quality and safety. If you're doing electronics, you don't necessarily have to have that. And if you don't have that before you start, like, your odds of making it right and being allowed to sell it, even if you do make it right, are not so good. You need to make sure that's all in order. There could be communications with electronics. There's often communications issues. If someone makes a microwave, let's say, or a television, and someone walks by with a pacemaker in their heart, there are wavelengths that are shooting around all over the place. You don't want to be making trouble for his pacemaker. There's testing for this kind of stuff, and it's not necessarily very expensive. There's ways to test it to make sure that you're not interfering with other electronics, and particularly this very significant life-dependent electronics. At the very least, you want to make sure you're passing all your testing in advance. You want to make sure your labels are good, your ingredients are good, depending on product. Labels aren't everything. Ingredients are in anything you eat or put all over you. So that you definitely want to make sure this is done in advance. I've run labs also, and I've had people who wait till they're caught by Amazon or somebody to do their testing. And most of the time we can work it out, but sometimes it just fails and it needs a redesign. And now what do? You have maybe a container load of toys that are not safe, and what are you going to do with them? And if the government sees them first, and they're not going to let them go. If it's labels and you fight hard, you might get away with that. That's not an easy fight even. You would think, I'll just fix my labels. Yeah, but will they let you? You need to argue with them about that and prove to them that they can rely on you. It's very serious.